is the late 1980s. The mic that I'm using hasn't been invented yet. The chandelier and stuff looks like this, and the phone I'm using isn't even here because it is not the 20th century. I do not have a Xiaomi phone or a Poco phone. Instead, I'm using a feature phone.
This is what a telephone is. People use it all the time, and it is one of the best mediums of contact.
Fast forward a couple of decades, it is 2021. Smartphones now look like this rather than looking like this. And basically my background has changed as well. It's now a laptop because that is what has happened in the last few decades. Technology has overtaken a lot of the regular processes. Now we depend on it more than we've ever. Smartphones have become bigger and taller, while feature phones have been a thing of the past and are subjected to being used only by people who are old or who do not wish to embrace this new technology. But in this video, and the reason I'm making this video is I'm going to be talking about why you need a feature phone in 2021, and if you can afford it, it will be one of the best decisions that you do in a long while. So without any further ado, let us begin.
There are a gazillion, and I mean a gazillion ways I feel a feature phone is required in 2021. From the exterior, you may think, what is this? It's just a feature phone, nothing special, right? Those regular keycaps, those numpads, no big touch screens, no easy to use controls. This is something that you'd be uncomfortable with, right? But that is part of the experience that will help you through 2021. In 2020, we were all addicted to our smartphones, and this is a much needed break. Application wise, the phone has around 12 to 15 applications, with applications that you may use including a calculator and a few others. First of all, there is a flashlight, so in case you get lost, yes, you do have something to look through. Overall, I would say that a feature phone is not very feature rich in terms of port selection too. Micro USB port for charging, a flashlight, and a headphone jack. Thank God for the headphone jack, as you will have to listen to the FM radio because no inbuilt music player. If you are a student, you will be able to check out those basic maths calculations through the calculator provided. Basically, this is what I'm trying to show. The applications are very less. In terms of games, if you are addicted to games, this is a much needed break. There are 3 games that you can play. There's Dodo Jump, there's a Snake, and there's Crossroads. Snake is a game that some of you may be familiar with if you are a gamer from the 90s, because that is something that was a huge revolution in back in the day. But yes, this is the kind of games that you will find on this phone, and that is not particularly a bad thing. Next up comes the durability. Nowadays smartphones are super fragile. Meanwhile, this phone, I've dropped it while riding a scooter at around 30 kilometers per hour, and the only thing that came out of it was these tiny scratches, and towards the bottom a white looking gash, and that is all. Think what would happen if I would have dropped my glass phone. That would have meant the end of the Poco M2 Pro. In terms of the internals as well, you can take out the lid, you can take out the battery is swappable, and inside you have just one slot to place your smartphone SIM. There is a dual SIM option available, but I don't think you're going to need 2 SIMs. No mobile data as well, so goodbye doom scrolling. Keypads are easy to use. This will help sharpen your memory because you will have to remember numbers of people who you need to contact, and that is actually good. Basically, if you are addicted to smartphones, I feel the feature phone is a much needed break. And for those of you going out who do not wish to flaunt their smartphones or are scared of breaking their smartphones, this is a very good viable option. Additionally, if you are a kid or you have a kid who has become addicted to smartphones, because 2020 lots of smartphone usage, as you can see in the contrast dots, there is a day and night difference between these 2 phones. Their time is different too, but basically I want to say is, if consider you have a child or you have a student who is now addicted to smartphones. If you're above 15, I guess that can slide. A smartphone is necessary at that age, but if you are too addicted to a smartphone, a feature phone is something that will help you in a lot of ways and will basically give you a blast from the past.